Partridge. I'm Kevin Harlan, and tonight we'll be joined by the man with his finger on the pulse of the NBA. No one better than Shams Charania. Shams, it is so great to have you courtside with us.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much. Talking basketball is what and honestly, we were born to do, so let's do it.
And look at the guys by our side, man. We all love this game. Let's go right into it. And the Warriors dynasty with their core seemingly over. You never want to completely scratch them out. But, Shams, how are we going to remember the run that this remarkable franchise has had?
You could make a case that the 2017 team might be the best. The Warriors have become an elite franchise in NBA history. It might be a while since we see a dynasty quite like this, especially with the big three of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson.
Hall of Famers, great coaching, solid ownership. They had it all. Now, Golden State's starting five.
Here we go.
Jimmy Butler is out there with Draymond Green. Then it's Curry. Then there's Moody. And it's Dixon in at the 2 spot. And for Memphis, Morant is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Wells. Then there's Edey. And it's Jackson in at the 4.
At this kind of range, it might almost be too easy for Kennard.
Curry kicks to Butler. A nice shot by Dixon.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Wells. Memphis moving it around. Kept alive.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Inside, here's Kennard. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Kennard's got his second bucket tonight.
See, now that layup isn't the help of the pick.
It's Curry outside. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Here's Morant, and another basket for Memphis.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's Dixon, and he converts the layup. Dixon's got 6 points. Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting Shams what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax. It's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron. And that, certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum. And we're seeing that happen to at least 1 or 2 teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. Now here's Morant after the miss from Dixon. Morant outside. And Curry pulls it down. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Dixon. The kick outside to Butler. Pass to Dixon. Launches it. Kennard with the rebound.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down. Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
Now, Wells, after the missed three from Dixon. That one falls. And Shams, we know you are so connected and on top of so many great stories and players and trends in the NBA. I have to ask, what is your, like I'm talking to my teenage daughter, what is your screen time like? You've got to be in front of that computer and clearly in front of your phone every minute, or at least most every minute of every hour of every day.
It's not as high as it needs to be, Kevin, I'll tell you that much. And thankfully, it's not always like that, but certainly at the biggest times of the year, free agency, draft, trade deadline, it is certainly up there, almost in the 19 to 20 range. Kevin, what's your screen time? I feel like you might have a high screen time. You want to be plugged in. I know it.
I take 2 months off in the summer, but for those 10 months, it's 7 days a week, a lot like you. But I know how much happens in the offseason. That's my interest. In sitting next to you here courtside tonight is that you're watching this game, but your mind is always thinking about this and that, and it never ends. Like, you must not get much sleep. You cannot get much sleep, right? My goodness.
We do get sleep, but your offseason is my season, Kevin, and I want to make sure as we get this season going, I'm able to inform you.
And you always do. You always do.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Now, here's Wells. Back to Jackson. Makes it off the glass.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Warriors trail by 3. Butler on the way. Guarded by Jackson. Butler getting it done. What a move that time.
Well, the defense was all over him, but Butler is not someone who gets rattled.
Pass to Jackson. Ball's knocked loose. Out to Morant. 4 on the clock. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
Oh, how about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Kennard against Curry. Now, here's Kennard. Guarded closely. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organizations, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. The teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between your top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the media.
Oh, you framed that so well. The Grizzlies trail by 4. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Yeah, I like the timeout here. The coaching staff needs to get these guys regrouped and refocused.
And give a big welcome to your Grizzlies.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for 80. Santi Aldama comes in for Jaren Jackson. Jackson, he's checked in for Wells. And Pippen subbed in for Luke Kennard. Now here's Morant. 38 points for him last game against Minnesota.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. And another three for Golden State.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Curry's gone 50% so far, 2 of 4 shooting. Morant outside to end the run, outside for Pippen. Morant against Curry. 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. Aldama can't hit. Warriors leading by 7. Curry passes to Dixon. Here's Morant. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
Now here's Curry. He had 22 points in the win against the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
Here's Post. Green, no luck.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Curry against Morant. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Hey, Shams, it seems like with these younger teams coming, we may be witnessing a transfer of power in the NBA. What do you think?
It's really due to the parity that we're seeing in the league. We haven't seen this much parity in a really long time. It's wide open for teams in both conferences, in the East and West, to claim that top perch. We have to give the league a lot of credit. There's tons of parity.
Which I think is leading to expansion talk, correct? We've got so much talent right now, we can kind of let it ooze out a little bit to some other areas.
Certainly expansion, a couple more teams in the league. The league really loves where they're at now. And any given year, anyone can win.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Here's Dixon, defended by Pippen. Morant outside to the paint. Clark. I missed that time. Would have put him up.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Here's Morant. He's got 15. Gary Payton. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Brandon Clark. Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. Wells is checked in for Jackson. And it's Luke Kennard in for John Morant. The free throw's off from Bagley.
And the game Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who plays with force and passion.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Stephen Curry's out there with Dixon. Then it's Butler. Then there's Moses Moody. And it's Post in its center, locking down the middle.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Edey's checked in for the Grizzlies. Good on the second free throw. Shams, you've been around the NBA for a long time now. Which players do you enjoy watching the most?
Greatness, especially the guys that are regarded among the greatest of all time, like LeBron James, like Stephen Curry, like Kevin Durant. You have to throw those in there. But this is a new era, a new crop. The Jason Tatums, Jaylen Brown, Nikola Jokic. have to throw Luka Doncic in there. You have Donovan Mitchell, you have Paolo Banchero, you have Tyrese Halliburton, you have Joel Embiid, you have Tyrese Maxey, Jimmy Butler, you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama. So let's not have anyone here left out.
All right, they're all fun to watch. Here's Jackson after the made shot from Dixon. On the wing, Jackson, defended by Butler. And here we go, it's Butler. Butler attacks in transition. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Kennard's got 9.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
A nice shot by Dixon.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Pippen feeling it out a bit. Here's Jackson. Warriors with the rebound. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
Yeah, they needed some extra time to get it done, but at the end of the day, a win's a win.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Here's Dixon. Kennard covering. A nice shot by Dixon. And we saw some players banged up down the stretch last season, Shams.
I'm told that there was a focus on maybe allowing some more flexibility in physicality. It definitely upped the intensity some, and I think that's what the fans want, but there are going to be some trade-offs, and that includes free throw rates, that includes game time, and in the long haul, adding some more physicality and adding some more attention to detail defensively and allowing defenders to play more and defend more. That should be good for the game.
Yeah, those were good trends, I would agree. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Taking a look at San Antonio, they couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And I think for Golden State, they're just right now outperforming those preseason predictions. And that's because they're getting help from some unlikely sources.
Wells wide open. Offensive rebound. Edey got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Here's Dixon, guarded by Pippen. Dixon passes to Curry. Here's Dixon, 6 on the shot clock. Fires away from outside. And the Warriors get it back. Curry outside. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now here's Pippen. 8 points his last outing. Outside Jackson. And the pass to Wells. Curry against Kennard. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor. Warriors leading by 3. Dixon passes to Curry. Butler with the ball. He's picked up by Pippen. A nice shot by Dixon. Dixon's got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
And the influx of international players continues to just fill these rosters in the NBA. And Shams, it has truly become a global league.
It's truly a beautiful thing, right, Kevin? We want sports to bring people together, to really galvanize communities, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your gender, anything. And now I really feel we're breaking down a lot of barriers in the world.
And think, 3 of the top, 5, 6 players, we got Doncic. We've got Porzingis, of course, who is such a nice player, but Antetokounmpo and Jokic. I mean, the names go on and on of key contributors to winning teams.
You have to make a case that the world team against the U.S. team, if they were ever stacked against each other, that would be a heck of a game.
You and I would pay for the ticket, wouldn't we? I would pay to watch that.
I'm willing and able to pay immediately, Kevin. Sign me up. When are we going?
I hope soon.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Curry passes to Dixon. In the corner, Moody with it. The 3 ball. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Kennard up top. He's guarded by Dixon. And he comes up with the deuce. And it's now only a 1-point Warrior lead.
No doubt Kennard possesses the shooting ability to take over, and he's doing it here.
Here's Curry. Curry gets it to go inside.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And he dunks it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And how about that little subtle head fake by Curry? Defense too aggressive that time.
It's his first trip to the line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Santi Aldama's checked in for Luke Kennard. Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for Golden State.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Passes it to Jackson. Back to Morant. Going inside. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, guys. Well, Smooth in the last game against Houston lit up the floor. He finished with 47 points and was reliable as ever from distance, really displaying incredible hustle during this run. Guys just can't keep up with him. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Morant with it, now guarded by Dixon. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Jackson Jr. is an athlete, a big man with some big-time hops.
Here's Dixon. Wells grabs the miss. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. The dish to Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson Jr. understands how to get to the line. Good at using his size to force defenders.
so it's the Memphis Grizzlies in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be right back after this.